Plus, why a leader of Madison's LGBT community says he thinks Badgers fans heading to Indy for the Final Four will be greeted by protests after Indiana's controversial religious freedom law. Good evening, I'm Amber Noggle. Greg is off tonight. People in Indiana and across the country have held protests and threatened to boycott the state after the governor there signed a bill into law that some say gives businesses the right to discriminate against the LGBT community. That religious freedom law went into effect last week. While Governor Mike Pence says it's about protecting people's religious liberty, some businesses have already refused to serve gays and lesbians because of their religious beliefs. Thousands of Wisconsin residents will be in Indiana for the Final Four this weekend and could find themselves at the center of the controversy over that law. Tony Galley has you covered on that story tonight.
The head of the NCAA hopes Indiana's religious freedom law does not distract from this weekend's games. But a local LGBT leader says if there are protests at the Final Four, he hopes Wisconsin fans participate. As Indianapolis braces for one of America's largest sporting events, it may face the extra challenge of mass protests to the Hoosiers' newest, most controversial law.
There will doubtlessly be people expressing their views and opinions. That's what we do in America, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. But we certainly want everyone to come here and have a great experience. That's what these teams have worked so hard for.
The head of Madison's LGBT Outreach Center says the NCAA should be leading that charge.
I think they have a chance to do it. I'm not sure that they will.
But Steve Starkey has no doubt people will gather en masse to make their voices heard. And he hopes Badger fans are among them.
There's been a lot of negative feedback to Indiana, and I think that they really need to hear that.
While NCAA President Mark Emmert indicates he wants the Final Four to be the great experience it always is, he leaves no doubt the governing body of college sports could move its headquarters out of Indianapolis if the law stands.
What our universities and college members care about, and that's an environment that celebrates diversity and provides for a very inclusive, supportive environment. And right now, we're not sure that we have that.
Losing the NCAA would be a big blow for Indianapolis, as it took in close to $1 billion in revenue last year. The NCAA joins several corporations in expressing doubt about their future in the state over the law. Amber?
All right, Tony, thanks. And meanwhile, Governor Scott Walker doesn't believe the bill will stop most Badgers fans from making that trip to Indy to see the men's basketball team play in the Final Four. He says businesses in Wisconsin have found a balance between not discriminating against groups while still respecting people's religion. So he doesn't see a need for a similar bill here.
That's something that folks will have to look at in the future. As I understand the laws, not unlike the one that President Obama voted for when he was a member of the state Senate in Illinois, but that's an issue they'll have to debate in Indiana. It's really not something that we're going to be involved with here.
In addition to that law Governor Walker mentioned, then President Bill Clinton signed a similar law into effect nationwide in 1993. And new at 6, within the last half hour, UW Athletics has announced the Final Four send-off for